This is Underground Opera.
You tell me you love me, but I can't remember. When times the getting exaggerated, there's truth to what you said. I'm a slave to your touch and the feel of your skin. I'll let you take me over.
Hello, everybody. I did not mean to cut that off that quick. Sorry about that. Oh, we forgot the. Hey, there we go. There we go. All right, man. I see we got one thumbs up already. That's excellent. All right, stop it. We got one thumbs up already. That's excellent. And I'm going to tell you just a couple little local announcements. The open mic at the Hitching Post in New Albany, Indiana, 115 West Market Street, has ended. They have, as of Saturday, they have officially closed down for renovations. So I don't know what the outcome of that's going to be, but we'll see. But we'll find another one. And we'll start another one up. Me and the guys we do it all the time. So we'll find another one, and we'll still provide we'll provide a drum kit and bass amp and everything like we did over there. We provide it, just plug in and play. You can bring your whole damn band when we find a place. And I have a feeling, I'm pretty sure we've got it one, but I'll let you know. And with that being said, it's an exhausting day, exhausting week. A lot of crazy things this week. I know a lot of people are either gloating or pissed off, name calling, and all that. And I'm going to tell you something. We don't fucking talk about politics on this show. We talk about music. So if you're watching and expecting politics, you can just fuck off somewhere else, man, because that's not what we do. Leave a comment. I see y'all watching. Leave me a comment. So let me know who you are. All right. You're making me a little bit excited here. I'm going to bring my guest on. Tell us who you are, where you're from.
Hey, Rob. I'm Taylor. I'm a guitarist for the band Oathbound, the song you just heard. And thank you for leaving politics. out of my life for 3 seconds today.
Yeah, I keep logging out of Facebook, and I'm just going to log out because I don't want to see your opinions. I
Don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
I've never really cared that much about politics. Sometimes I feel like I should, but I don't know. I just feel like my purpose on this planet is to bring music to other people.
Yeah, absolutely. So, tell me about the new record.
Well, see, I forgot I didn't state my name yet. I'm Collion, singer of Oathbound. A lot of the lyrics that I write and sometimes have Taylor or some of the other guys help me write, it's all about, we write based off like personal experience, stuff that we've been through, stuff that is like relatable to other people. As far as vocals go, I always described our sound as like progressive metalcore. Because when me and Taylor met up, I was kind of envisioning like a 2010s type of metalcore type of deal. But we all, honestly, all 5 of us in the band, we all really like progressive metal as well. So I feel like it was kind of inevitable that sound was going to bleed into our metalcore sound.
Yeah, we mix excuse me. We mix a number of genres. I think we've got elements of like Collion said, the 2010 kind of MySpace, as people call it, the MySpace metalcore sound. More and more we incorporate a lot of, not a lot, but we incorporate elements of kind of synth and more like ambient sounds to kind of give more width to some of the songs. You'll hear that a lot more probably on the album that we're recording right now. But
I mean, even on our current EP, which
true.
So Taylor actually did most of that synth work, and then for those of you that don't know, I actually recorded and did like the mixing and the engineering.
Right on.
Yeah.
And the album is called Until It's Gone.
Yes, sir.
And we got a video for it. It's such a great video. That's the one to do. I was like, that dude does not look like he can scream like that.
Yeah, we've got 2 videos out, for 2 pro shot videos. I should say we put out a video for every song on the EP, but we did 2 legit music videos. For one for All For You, the song that started off the show, and then the title track for the album, Until It's Gone. We did a music video for, and that's got more of it's like an 80s vibe with like kind of I don't know, it's almost like a Stranger Things type feel to it. But so
there's some great tube stocks in that video.
Dude, I gotta tell you, man, it was so goddamn cold. The exterior shots that we did for that video, we filmed it in like early August. So when we were first scheduling everything, I was like, okay, we're going to be shooting at night, early August. It's going to be nice out. It'll be like, 80 degrees or whatever. And it couldn't be any further from 80 degrees unless it was like snowing. It was probably in the mid 40s. We were shooting up in the mountains, up in a tunnel for a lot of the video. And it was one of the most miserable experiences. It was fun, but it was just so goddamn cold.
And there was 2 all-nighters pulled with this as well, which I did not handle the second all-nighter very well.
I think everybody was just ready to be done at the end of that video shoot. It was 4 days to shoot that video.
But 3 days in a row.
Yeah. Three all-nighters in a row, pretty much.
The 4th day wasn't so bad because at least we got to have like a little break. But day 2 and 3, man, that was at least for me the hard days.
Yeah, it was brutal, but we're proud of the video, and we think that the story that we're trying to tell is conveyed pretty nicely, at least in it. So check it out. Let us know what you think?
Did you get a time machine and go to Walmart in the 80s and buy those tube socks, or?
Goodwill, man. Goodwill.
Well, they're awful bright to become looking from good, bright looking to become from Goodwill. They look brand new.
That's one of the only things that Goodwill sells brand new is like socks. It's funny. You go in there and it's just like everything's old and musty smelling, and then they've got brand new socks that are still in the packs. It's funny.
That's so awesome. I'm sorry to keep bringing it up, but when I saw him, I was like, "Oh shit!"
I'm glad it hit the mark, man. That was the intent. That was the intended reception.
Now, Barbara sent from Pavement sent me anxiety when the first email, and I checked out anxiety, your lyric video, which is badass, by the way. I wish I could make badass lyric video. You guys doing that yourself?
Yeah.
Taylor made that.
Really?
Yeah, I've all the videos that we put out so far, I've edited myself. We had a local cinematographer, Jacob Hansen, did all the cinematography for our 2 pro shot videos. But as far as like all the editing and visual effects and just all the other arrangement of the videos, I did that. I taught myself how to use some video editing software and just kind of stumbled through it at first, and I've gotten better and better at it as time has gone on. And it's actually something I really enjoy.
You might ought to offer services, man. No shit,
man.
I mean, the longer things go on, in being in Oathbound, I feel like the more I've gotten away from actually writing music and and just more into like just all the business side of things. We spend so much time on promoting and content creation and doing things like, editing videos and reels and just all this other stuff. And it's like, man, sometimes I just want to sit down with my guitar and write songs. And I feel like that's just there's not a whole lot of time for that at this moment in our band.
Well, I don't know if you've checked recently, but you're at the 10,000 mark on the anxiety video. Did you know that?
The 10,000 mark on
the 10,000 plays on YouTube.
Oh yeah, nice
lyric video.
Nice.
Nice. No, I hadn't noticed that.
That's a hell of an accomplishment, guys. That's you're not going to get. This isn't going to get 10,000 views in 3 months. I promise that. I will spam the hell out of it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we've been grinding, man. All of us have just been putting a lot of work into it, and I don't want to take away from everyone else's contributions in the band. I mean, we've all been just working our asses off to try and get our name out there and promote ourselves.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna say one of the reasons I feel like this project is doing so well right off the bat is because I feel like everyone's kind of contributing something outside of just writing music. Like, I've been playing in bands for a long time, and this is the first project I've been in where it's like I feel like there's like moving parts and there's people that have skill sets that I don't have, and it's it makes it like we're like a team, like we're all leaning on each other. Like, I have skill sets the other guys don't have, and
I can't sing for shit, so I mean,
yeah, well, for example, like like I said, I always have like a really strong vision for like musically and how we're supposed to sound sonically, but I don't know like shit about like storyboarding. Like, I'm sure I could sit down and really do it if I wanted to, but that's not one of my strengths, and that's one of Taylor's strengths.
My singer knows about storyboarding. He's real good at it. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
And then no, you're good. And then like our bass player John is like really good at like getting us on like playlists and stuff. And our guitar player Victor, he helped. Have we published the website he made for us yet?
No, we haven't done it yet. We need to get around to doing that. But he set up our merch store.
Well, I was going to ask about Ghost Killer Entertainment, but that can wait.
No, honestly, I'm at a good stopping point if you want to ask about that.
Yeah, what is it? What's Ghost Killer Entertainment?
It's just another like music promotional company basically, and they promote like the big bands, like like Pierce the Veil or My Chemical Romance from like
Oh wow.
smaller artists. Of course, with the smaller artists, you got to like pay for it, and they have like different packages pay for and stuff like that. And it seems like it's kind of hit or miss. Like if you already got a pretty good following, like I think Ghost Killer is a pretty good way to go. But if you don't really have a following, you're gonna only get like a few hundred views on like your video, and so like it kind of just depends.
Yeah. They're also they're a small indie label too. They've started branching into actually being a label and not just a promotional service. So Zach, the guy that runs that, he's a really cool dude. He's helped us out quite a bit. I think where we've seen a lot of the value from promoting with them has been on Instagram, honestly, because they've got like 250,000 followers or something like that. So
wow,
they've got a pretty big reach, and like Colin said, it's kind of hit or miss. It was a little weird when we released the video for Anxiety. It did really well. Like you said, we've got 10,000 views on the Ghost Killer video. We've got, I think it's getting close to like 80,000 on our page, but to do 10,000 on Ghost Killer was pretty big. And then, the first one we put out got like 1,000 views. So it's like, it's pretty, you don't really know what you're going to get sometimes, but we always know that the Instagram reels and stuff that they put up there do awesome.
Yeah, that is true. Cause like my friend's band Always Running Out, they put out their first single, and it did okay on the Ghost Killer YouTube, but like the reel that Ghost Killer made for them is what actually did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since it is my show, we get to talk about my favorite song, which is Reflections.
Oh.
Did I pick a good one?
I mean, it's a good one. I like it. I'd say we all till it's gone, but everyone's got their own. So
no, that's great too. But for some reason, I really liked Reflections. So if there's a story behind that you could share,
I mean,
it sounds like it might be a personal song, but to me,
yeah. I mean, so like, yeah. I mean, it's basically just about like addiction and looking at your past and all that stuff. It's funny. Let's see that line. I got this feeling in my chest that pumps fiercely away. I've had that particular lyric written for like years. I didn't figure out how to put it into a song until we started writing this one.
That was like, yes.
Yeah. I mean, like, so I kind of came up, and this is actually a pretty normal process as far as writing vocals goes in Oathbound. I will kind of come up with like a baseline of what I think will be like, okay, I'll write like a couple sections out vocally, some scream parts, some singing parts, and then Taylor will come over and he'll give some suggestions, and then we'll brainstorm a lot. Sometimes like one of the other or two other members will be there, but it's mostly between me and Taylor kind of just brainstorming until we find words that fit into, maybe a phrase that needs 7 syllables or the other phrase that needs 6, whatever. We're trying to make it all fit. Cause like, for me, like writing, like I feel like the stuff you write, lyrics have to be good, but it also has to like flow well. It has to hit. Yeah. Like, even if I want to make it so that even if you don't understand what I'm saying, like the vocals, it's still going to hit. You know what I'm saying? I got a little off track, but
good.
Talking about like the lyrics of Reflections.
Yeah, that song's pretty that song's important to me because I've struggled with addiction. I'm about 2 weeks out from being 2 years sober. So
right on. Congratulations.
Thanks. And I know that, my story is not special. It's my story, but I know a lot of people struggle with addiction. And it can take you to some really dark places. And the line in that song, Colleen, you're gonna have to remind me. It's like treating a bullet.
You wrote that line too. treat the wound. A flower-fed poison never bloomed.
Yeah. So it's like you're putting all this stuff in your body that is just, it makes you feel good for a second, but in the long run, it is the absolute worst thing that you can do for yourself and for the people that you love around you. And a flower fed poison never blooms. It's basically, I mean, it's pretty literal. You know what I mean? It's if you just keep putting that shit in your body, you're just never going to reach your full potential. And it took me a really long time to get to the point where first that I realized that I had a problem, and then to finally go out and seek help because it's hard, man. It's hard to change patterns that become such a integral part of your life. And so yeah, that song was it's really close to home for me.
Yeah. I feel like that's funny because I feel like Reflections is it's a reflection of both what Taylor's gone through and I've been through. Because it's in the song where one of the lyrics is, "But falling off the wagon is not for me." Because I have messed around with a lot of substances, but I've never hit rock bottom, but I've still have tried a lot of stuff and been down there and maybe kind of struggle with it. I have not struggled with the level that Taylor has. I will be, just being up front. But, well, that's why I say it's like a kind of combination of my experience and Taylor's experience.
Well, I will say I don't go around saying this, but I'll just say, since we're talking about it, I haven't had a drink since June of 23. Now, that was my thing. I drank pretty heavy. I did drugs.
Yeah,
I did drugs too. Drugs I haven't been a part of my life since probably 2005. But like the drinking.
Well, that's congratulations, dude. It really is a special thing for someone that is addicted to something to celebrate those, those periods where you're sober, because it's hard to describe how difficult it is to get clean, unless you've been there. And
it took a set of bars for me.
Yeah, I mean, the judge nudge, as we call it in the in recovery. Fuck, whatever it takes. Sometimes that's what it takes to wake people up. And if the end result is you being sober and being present for your own life and for the people around you, then I guess it sucks that that's what it took. But I mean, you're there, you're here now, and so you took a shitty situation and turned it into a good thing. And I think that's kind of what a lot of the lyrics in our music revolve around, is, these awful situations or these, tough things in life, but how we turn that around into a positive is kind of what our message is, generally speaking, with a lot of our lyrics.
Guys, you got an important show or two or anything come up you want to plug in?
Our next show is at this venue called Real Art Tacoma, with our friends in Pastel Faces, Fauvism, and Dark Harbor. Real Art Tacoma, for those who are not from the area, it's a pretty I'd say it's a staple venue in the city of Tacoma. Lots of great shows happen there all the time. Love that place. Yeah.
And then we've got a headlining show coming up in Seattle, the Funhouse on December 15th. So if you're in the area, come check us out. It's an all ages show. It's actually going to be our first legitimate headlining show, so that'll be cool.
Right on, man. Congratulations. Can we expect a vinyl run or a cassette run or something unusual like that?
Yeah, I think that's a good question, man. I've thought about it. I've thought about it. I think eventually, absolutely. I think probably when the album comes out, we'll do a vinyl press, because I feel like the EP is so short that I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, it's not that short. It's 5 songs, but I mean, you can fit.
It's
Say what, Colin?
Our EP is still less than 30 minutes.
Yeah. So, and for anyone that doesn't know, EP is really expensive to press, and there's like no profit margin at all for pressing vinyl. So
no, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like my mindset is like there's not a demand for it right now, so I don't really see the point. As everyone wants to get famous, and so hopefully we're gonna keep going up that route. And if there's a demand for it, I definitely am all game for it. Of course, we haven't really discussed it much as a band yet about what the final decision will be as far as that goes. But we do have CDs.
Right.
So
yeah, that alone was like, man, do we get CDs in this day and age? Ultimately, we decided to. If for no other reason than to sign some copies for people that wanted signed, copies, hard copies of our music. But I mean, everyone's on either it's YouTube Music or Spotify or Apple Music these days.
Hate Spotify. I admit I'm a YouTube Premium user because you get. Are you?
Yeah.
I like YouTube Premium just because I don't get commercials, and I watch a lot of YouTube shows too.
Same.
I should do that because I've discovered a lot of music through YouTube throughout the years.
Yeah, YouTube Music, you can listen to anything on YouTube. If there is somebody that does a cover, I do some acoustic solo bar gigs, for money. God forbid.
Yeah.
And I look up other people's covers all the time, and you can just listen to them on YouTube Music in the car and stuff. So that's why. Anyway, I'm rambling on because I'm bad like that sometimes. Guys, we are running out of time. Anything you want to plug in, please plug in right now. Anything I may have missed?
If you want to support us, or if you want to check out some of the cool merch designs that we have, hit us up on oathboundstore.com. It's expensive being in a band.
Yes, it is.
And it's expensive. It's expensive touring. So if you check us out on whatever streaming platform you prefer, you like what you hear, feel free to buy a t-shirt and help us get out and play more shows out of our own out of our hometown.
Yeah. Man, nothing like going on the road. It's great. It's either really great or it's really terrible. It's
yeah, we'll be hitting the road in June. We'll be doing the Western states. Don't have anything planned to go back east at the moment, but it's definitely something that I'm hoping that we get to sooner than later.
Working with Pavement's a good direction to do that, though.
Yeah, they're based in Chicago, so yeah. Pavement's done a good job for us so far. Yeah. So shout out to the Pavement guys.
I really like Barbara. She sends me all the bands.
Cool. Yeah, Barbara's cool as hell.
And okay, guys, I will post links to the videos in the description, and post links to your store and everything. And with that, we will cue the music. That is all our time we have for now. Thank you for listening to Undergroundopolis. Remember, we do this every Wednesday night, bringing you new and exciting artists every week. Be sure to hit up their websites and social media and stream or download their music. If you like this show, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, any streaming platform, and leave us a review as well. I'm your host, Rob Lyon, signing off.